Do what thou wilt should be the whole of the law. Freder Oz again. And I'm here to just give you guys some food for thought. I've got some things that I'd like to talk about. I've gotten some new subscribers lately, and I've had a couple of them say that they would like to hear me talk more about my views on Thelema, and instead of just the readings. That's not really the purpose of my channel. My channel is to put the works of the Master Therion out there, the writings of Thelema. But, you know, in light of recent events, which I'm sure a lot of you guys probably aware of, there are some things that I'd like to talk about. I hear a lot, I wouldn't say a lot, but I do hear frequently people talk about how Thelema needs to change, and how if Thelema doesn't change, that it's not going to survive, or that Thelema needs to evolve. How can Thelema evolve? Think about this. Would you like Thelema to be something different than what it is? Truly? Truly, would you? I wouldn't. Who is going to change it? What would you have it changed to if you do want to see it changed? What would you have it changed to? How would you have it changed? Do you think that others would agree with you that it needs to be changed in such a way? Who will be this new prophet who comes in and ushers in this new age of Thelema? You? Are you qualified? Do you think that that your view of Thelema is superior to mine? What do you think Thelema is? Are you Thelema? Am I Thelema? Are we all together as a whole Thelema? I don't think so. I'm not Thelema, you're not Thelema, and I definitely do not think that we all together are Thelema. What I do think is Thelema is this right here. This is Thelema. The words in this book are Thelema. And this is not going to change. You can't change this. Many people would like to have things that are in here not be in here, or things that are not in here to be in here. But this is what it is, and it's not going to change. There are things that are in here that are hard to come to terms with for many people. Things that were hard for me to come to terms with for many years, until I, at some point, came to see the truth in it. There's truth. I see truth in here. And I don't think that we can change Thelema. Humankind can change. Mankind can change throughout the years. Perhaps a couple of 100 years down the line or more, when the new eon starts taking a more firm grasp on humanity, and people's worldview changes, then when they come into Thelema and they read this book with these new sets of views and these new, more evolved experiences and realities, then perhaps the dynamic within Thelemic society can change. But for now, we are what we are. And Thelema is what it is. It is what it is for each individual. As you come to Thelema, you read this book, and you must decipher for yourself the truth that within here. The truth for you within your life. And the same for me, and the same for every other individual that reads this book. And no amount of debate, no amount of people saying what they think is wrong with Thelema is going to change that. Because people simply will not allow others to tell them who they are and to tell them what this means to them. And this is very important. This is the basis of Thelema. Crowley once said in a Liber somewhere regarding, he was talking about religion, and I may not get this exactly to the letter, but he said that many prophets throughout the eons have sought to do this, but their words have been perverted by their successors, and again the veil has fallen upon the Holy of Holies. Think on that. Would you have Thelema perverted? Would you have the words of the prophet, the words of Aiwass, canceled out by someone else? Would you have someone tell you how to be? Or would you only have them tell those how to be who you don't agree with? People must be allowed to be what they are. To say that, well, this person is doing something that can't be their will. You can't say that. You don't know that. It is not for you to say. It's not for me to say. It's not for anyone to say what another person's will is. I mean, arguments can be made for any action to say that this is not someone's will. Well, it's not this person's will to drink alcohol because it's destroying their life. Perhaps their life needs to be destroyed at this point. Perhaps that is going to somehow lead them to something better. Perhaps not. But who are you or I to say? Thelema is not always what you want it to be. And others are definitely not always what you want them to be. But what's important is what you get for yourself out of this. And out of this, too, I might add, this also is a big part of Thelema. Aleister Crowley. And there are many who would speak out against the prophet and say, well, he was a bad person and he was a drug addict, and or whatever they would like to say about Crowley. And I mean, don't get me tripping on the deal, because as you, in case you can't all tell, I'm kind of a fanatic here. But at the same time, the Book of the Law, Aiwass chose Crowley. He explicitly says in the Book of the Law in several places, speaks of Crowley and speaks highly of Crowley.